Hey everybody, it's True Disciple here, bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. And as promised, I'm bringing you guys another one, so back-to-back castings for this weekend, which I'm pretty excited about. I haven't cast in a while, and I got that twitch. I just had to cast some games, and so I was talking to a friend of mine. He sent me these 4 games that I'm casting. I don't know if I'll make it to the 4th one, as I have company coming over in a bit, and I might be stuck doing, like social activities or something. Who actually... Man, yeah, I know, I should just do StarCraft, but I already said I would be social, so I'll be social. But anyway, let's get into this game. This is MeSSu. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, if it's pronounced in any other crazy way, somebody can let me know. But for now, I'm going to call him MeSSu. Going against Sky. So this is a pretty high-ranked game as well. I'm not sure what the rankings are of these players. I know it was sent to me. This is a best of 3. Just like the first game I cast this weekend, but I don't have the other 2 casts. This was just the best of 3 that was sent to me. So I might cast the other games at a later point for this one, as well as the other one that I cast previously. Let's bring up those nameplates. Is that Control N? Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. So MeSSu versus Sky, and this map. Well, this is the same map that our. Yeah, it is indeed. This is the exact same. Is this the... Yeah... No, it's not. What... Man, what map is this? Is this Tal'Darim Altar? Somebody tell me. This is Tal'Darim Altar, isn't it? Let me check. Yes. Okay, Tal'Darim Altar. My bad. Took me a second there. It looked like Tempest for a minute, but it is not. It is indeed Tal'Darim Altar. And so we are in Tal'Darim Altar, which is, as we all know, is a very, very popular map in the pro scene, which Blizzard has admitted by making it part of their map pool. And so MeSSu is playing the pink Protoss, and we're going with Sky as the blue Terran, which makes me very, very excited because one of my favorite matchups is Protoss versus Terran, and that's of course because when I play Protoss I have the most trouble against Terran, so I always like to see what these high-level Protoss players do against their Terran matchup. So looks like we have nothing tricky going on for now. MeSSu is going the normal build, just getting his Gateway and his Cybernetics Core, as would be expected. Oh, what's going on here? Sky getting rid of that scouting probe. Let's just check real quick and see. He did not see what was going down here. So we have a reactor going down. So I don't see a factory being built quite yet. Nope, another barracks. So we are going to look at some kind of heavy marine build, it seems, which is not a bad idea. I really do like marine play. Meanwhile, we see that first Zealot is being chrono boosted out. So I don't know if there's some early pressure expected, or if MeSSu is planning on laying down some early pressure of his own, or maybe he just wants to deal with this scout. He doesn't want to let the scout into his base, but there's not much he can do. He needs to get that stalker out as quickly as possible to deny this scout, so that he can do whatever he wants to do. At this point, we see that MeSSu is saving up, and he's going to get another gateway. So right now from Sky's perspective, there's still a lot of different strategies that can go. I mean, chrono boosting the warp gate is pretty normal. Maybe he's got to kind of expect, okay, maybe not an early push, but maybe so. There could be kind of that early mid-game 4-gate, which is very popular with Protoss and very difficult to deal with if you're unprepared for it. So MeSSu is able to push that scouting out, and this is a critical moment here where you don't want to be scouted, because this is the point where you're either going to throw down your 3rd gateway in a robo bay, or you're going to throw down the 4-gate and completely reveal your strategy, or keep 2 gates and go into a Stargate or something like that. So I mean, this is the time when the strategy really starts to be seen by the other player, and it's also the point when you want to try and scout. So here we have this probe kind of trying to push up, but he's going to see tons of Marines. He is going to get a glimpse of this reactor. He is going to see this tech lab that is working, so he's going to be saying, okay, I'm definitely going to see some kind of Marine play, maybe Marine Marauder. He doesn't know, as he didn't see any Marauders yet, but we are going to see a Marauder coming out and another Marauder. And look at that, the supply depot finishing just in time, as he was supply blocked for just a little teeny moment there. But the supply depot finished just in time. I don't know where he's building it. Maybe this one. Or no, probably this one in the back here. And another supply depot going down as well. But we do have an early expansion going for MeSSu. So MeSSu actually going for that early expansion. I don't believe, I'm almost 100% sure that did not get scouted. Oh no, never mind. This did get scouted. So it does seem like Sky is aware that this early expansion went down, and so MeSSu is gonna have to defend against this. Oh, and maybe not. Sky just deciding, you know what, since you're going for an early expansion, I'm going to go for an early expansion of my own. Maybe if I was paying a bit more attention to the minerals being saved up, I would have known that ahead of time. But here we go with Sky actually throwing down an expansion of his own, so we're going to see, looks like a macro-heavy kind of play here. So hopefully my breath can keep up with that. So let's see here. MeSSu is just warping in some more troops, and let's check the units tab real quick and see what we're looking at here. Maybe check the army tab. I'm gonna check out some of these new features we got here. So let's see, army supply. Let's check out the army. I want to see this army. Control A, army supply. There we go, Army Supply tab. That's kind of cool. So we see 29 worker supplies completely the same, and the Army supplies are very similar at the moment. A little teeny bit in favor of Sky, but that's to be expected right now as this expansion was a little bit delayed. And look at him, he is now pushing out with this army. He's going to try to do some damage, and this is a pretty dangerous army against Protoss. He's going to try to kite him. He does have stim research. Oh, but this perfect force field's walling in about a third of the army of Sky, and now Sky losing a third of his army and killing almost no troops. Let's check the units lost tab real quick and see what's going on there. So units lost, look at this, only 3 units lost for 150 minerals, 500 minerals, 10 units lost for Sky. That was an absolutely superb play by MeSSu, just nicely concaving that, making that concave of force fields to kind of trap the troops in that were right here, so that some were able to escape. He didn't wall off completely the whole ramp, but enough that he was able to just kind of wedge those in there with 3 force fields. Extremely nice play, extremely good use of 3 force fields, and still enough energy to boot. So, but this game is still in anybody's hands. That doesn't tell us. That doesn't let us know anything is going to happen, as MeSSu is not pushing out at this point to take advantage of the small lead that he's taken, as he doesn't want to make the risk at this point. As a Protoss player myself, I do know how much more powerful. I mean, when with Protoss, when you get that ball, you get that massive 200 ball. That's when you want to really push out, unless you really know that you have an advantage. I mean, the timing right now. If we look at the supply, and here we go, the observer is on the field. I haven't been paying attention to the production tab here. Robo Bay is almost complete, so he is going to be going for Colossus. We are going to be looking at this massive, just kind of gateway unit ball with Colossus, which is just your typical kind of Protoss play against M&M. So basically, Sky is going to want to push out before the first Colossuses get finished. And I don't know if he's been scanning. I'm just going to kind of check the vision of, let's see what this. So he sees the Robo Bay. But he does not see the Robo Support Bay, but he's got to be expecting that it's going to be coming. And a little scout getting killed down here. And a scan going down as well. I'm not sure exactly. Ah, yes, for the scan actually went down, and that's what killed the. So this was an observer that was lost here, and that. But luckily, a second observer here that hasn't been noticed yet. So MeSSu is kind of seeing everything here, and let's just check real quick the vision of. So yeah, you can just. It's not moving. They're very, very hard to see when they're not moving. So very smart play too. Putting it, if you put it over these trees too, it makes them a little bit harder to see. So I, as a Protoss player, I would actually position this right over this tree here. Because of the way the tree moves with the background, it's very, very, very hard to see. And as we've seen many times before, as we saw down here, a very skilled player will see, especially moving observers, and even sometimes observers that aren't moving, and be able to scan them. So that being said, we do have dropships moving out. They're going to be moving in, and look at this. He's going to be going for a double drop. We saw a double drop, a kind of failed double drop from one of our players in a game earlier. Let's see if this double drop works a little bit better. They're moving out at the same time, a little bit, one delayed a little bit, but look at this. Very smartly dropping right in the middle line. Look at moving even three of them further up, not dropping, and a drop going on here at the same time. Now this is an extremely beautiful play by Sky. We're not going to be able to keep up with all this, but nice units lost. The army forced back here, and then this able to do massive, massive damage, and he might even be able to take out the Robo Support Bay. But no, it looks like MeSSu will be able to get here in time to take care of this. They really, look at this. He really wants to get rid of this Robo Support Bay, and look at that. The research was finished. So that's. And not even able to kill the Robo Bay. 55. Oh, that just hurts me for the Terran. I feel bad. I mean, I definitely prefer to see Protoss win, but that just hurts me to see that. 55 health left. Although at this point, all it would have done would be to stop MeSSu from now producing another Colossus for a little while, and he would be forced to build another robotics bay, as that research did finish on time. So now MeSSu is definitely looking like he's got the upper hand right now. However, look at Sky. He has 126 supply, so his army is, I mean, he did lose quite a bit of units here and a dropship, but his army is not to be laughed at right now, and he is starting to build up these Vikings. And he might have done also, I think he did do quite a decent amount of damage to the economy here. And now we can actually check. I'm not sure with the... Oh, look at this drop. Coming in here again with this drop. Very smart. And look at this. Gonna pull in a second drop, although he needs to be careful with that cannon that he does not lose that dropship. But this army is going to clean this up, no problem. But at the same time, this drop is able to do some more harassment. And I just want to see... what is it? It is the... Units killed, Control R. I'm going to need to remember this. Control R. So look at this. 17 workers killed for Sky. So he has killed 17 workers during this harassment, which is quite nice. And if we look at the Units tab real quick, we see that we have 54 probes to 61. So this harassment has been quite effective and has been destroying the economy. We check that income as well. Look at the income. Obviously, there's got to be a bunch of mules there with that amount of income. Well, only one. So actually, no. Oh wait, yeah, it did drop down, so I guess there were some mules there. So his economy is doing quite a bit better than maybe about... well, it's dropping down again, but I'd say in average about 10 to 20% better than MeSSu in economy at the moment. So let's get back to that production tab so we can keep on. Look at Storm going down for... So he's just going to have this perfect ball. And this is what you want. I mean, when you're facing M&M, this is what you want. So let's get rid of this... There we go. And so he's got the Templars, he has a Storm coming out, he has 3 Colossus, he has his nice ball of Gateway units to protect his Colossus and his Templars, and this ball of, I mean, as the game progresses, this ball just is going to look weaker and weaker when facing this ball right here. I mean, already right now, as soon as this storm finishes, it's going to make this ball so much weaker. Meanwhile, we have this expansion going down, and it looks like Sky is going to be coming for a surprise attack from behind. But I think the army did get a glimpse of it, and they have seen it. We're going to see some perfect storms go down, I think. Oh, some nice force fields instead. No storms yet. He's holding out on those storms, which I guess he doesn't need to use them at the moment. Oh, but we have a drop going down here at the same time. Very smart play, but warping in some units. I'm assuming these units were warped in. Maybe they were already standing here. But very smart play. And Sky is actually, he's doing really well in the supply. He's getting his army. He's able to save his troop, not losing any troops to that attack. And he's just doing so well in economy. And I mean, we think, like, throughout the whole game, we've assumed that MeSSu is at the upper hand and everything has been in his favor. But even though he wasn't able to destroy key buildings at the times that he wanted to, keep in mind that he was doing worker harassment. So while he may have been losing units, what he was losing in units, he was regaining an economy. And now at this point, he does have the army composition that he needs to deal with this, and he may be able to if he's able to avoid the storms. Oh, but a perfect storm, and the unit's not moving in time for Sky. Tons of damage. Oh, tons more damage being done to these units. Moving away, and now he was able to snipe all of those Colossus with his Vikings, losing 4 of the Vikings in the process, but well worth it to able to snipe 3 Colossus for the cost of only 4 Vikings, which is definitely worth it, as 2 Vikings is equal, I believe 2 Vikings is equal to the cost of 1 Colossus. Let's check that real quick just so I can remind myself. Indeed, so that's, I believe they are 150. If we can find that starport real quick. Yeah, 157, actually a little bit cheaper, as it would be 300, 150 for 2 Vikings. So a very nice play, able to definitely come on top. And let's check that. I want to check the units lost tab real quick, and we can see actually that the units lost is much larger as far as resources is concerned for Sky, and a lot of that was actually in that 800